The dominant model for building a group program has been optimized for just one thing, the sale, and it has almost nothing to say about what happens after. No doubt you've seen the sales pages and the content. In fact, you probably follow some of these people, these scaling coaches. Build that scalable offer, know your launch, sign 30, 50, maybe even 100 clients and hit those 6 figures. Rinse and repeat. Here's your launch kit, here's your evergreen funnel, and here's how to sell while you sleep. And I totally get the appeal. Like, I really do. I once bought a program that promised the very same thing. The irony is not lost on me. The promise of predictable income, time freedom, a program that runs without you being chained to your laptop, that's not a bad dream. It's a completely reasonable thing to want for your business. But here's the question that nobody is asking. What happens to your clients? If you go and look at the sales pages for programs that teach you how to build programs, I want you to read them carefully. And I want you to count how many times the word results appears in relation to revenue. Then I want you to count how many times it appears in relation to client outcomes. I'll wait. The proof is all about cash figures, launch metrics, and enrollment data. 50 clients signed, 30,000 in a launch, 6 figures in 18 months. And all of that is genuinely impressive. But none of it tells you whether the people who have paid to be in those programs actually got what they came for. And that's the dirty secret. The scale first narrative has built an entire industry around the front end of the transaction. The sale, the launch, the enrollment number, and it has almost nothing to say about what comes after that payment has gone through. So let's talk about what scalable means in this context. Scalable means more clients for the same or less time, and that's the promise. 100 clients at once, income without adding calls to your calendar, serve more people without burning out. These are all worthwhile goals, and a well-designed group program can absolutely deliver those things. It should absolutely be able to help you hold more clients without you falling apart. Although promising a high-touch program with 100 clients in it feels a bit of a truth stretch. The problem is how the scale first model gets you there. It gets you there by removing you from the delivery. Less live contact, fewer touch points, more automation, more AI, more systems that run without you. And what it never asks, what nobody in this space seems to want to ask, is what does the client actually need to get the result that you promise them? And is reducing your input compatible with delivering that? Because sometimes the answer is yes. A program with a genuine architecture behind it, real, intentional, pedagogically sound design can hold more clients without degrading outcomes. But that requires the design to do the work. And the design, the deep human-centered, psychologically informed experience design, is pretty much entirely absent from the scaling coach's advice. And here's the part that really gets me. It's the part that very few people want to talk about out loud. Is the people paying the price for this gap aren't just the clients. It's also the program leaders like you, the ones who genuinely care. I know that you are not a scammer, you're not a charlatan, you're not watching this video thinking, how do I make the most money possible? You are lying awake in the middle of the night wondering why your clients are ghosting. You're sending those extra voice notes at 9 o'clock because you know that someone's energy felt flat on your last call and you just couldn't let it go. You're the one who's rewriting the modules again because you can feel that something's not quite clicking and you don't really know what else to do. You're the one who is worrying about your next launch, hesitating because your last cohort didn't quite get there in the way that you wanted to do. The results were inconsistent and that really bothers you. So you are not a problem. When you care this deeply, you need an infrastructure that matches that care. The problem is that the model you've been given is focused purely on the sale. So you're now manually compensating cohort after cohort for a program that was never designed to hold what you promised it would. And if you're at the very beginning of this journey, you're about to launch that first cohort, it's in your mind, it's in your notebook, looking at these scale first promises and thinking about where you're headed, it really matters to get this right now because the clients in your first program become the proof base, the evidence that your entire reputation for your program is built on. The results that they get or that they don't get, the testimonials they write or they don't write, the referrals that they send on to you or don't. Your first cohort is not just any old program. It's actually the foundation from which everything compounds from. And this is not saying it needs to be perfect first time because it never will be, but it is about making sure that the solid foundations, the solid design components are already designed for. So the leaders teaching scale have collectively decided to optimize for the one question: how do I sign more clients and make more money in less time? It's not a bad question, but it points you in the wrong direction because it centralizes you, your calendar, your revenue, your freedom at the expense of client results. And I know that you are not willing to compromise your reputation on a poorly executed program, which is why I help you answer a different question. How do I build something that I'm genuinely proud to sell, where the experience matches the promise, where the client who commits to working with you, getting stuck in, gets what they came for, and then tells everyone about it? Because what I know from 2 decades of designing group learning experiences is that consistent results are not going to come from a better launch strategy. They're not going to come from slapping a chatbot on it, or running an evergreen funnel, or having a comprehensive curriculum that covers everything. It comes from a program that meets the real psychological conditions for change, that makes progress visible when they are doubting, that holds people through that messy middle. It is scalable, it will generate significant income, and it will run without burning you out, but you do need to build it right first. The industry that is selling you scale has almost nothing to say about how to do that. So the next time you see a program that is promising to help you sign 100 clients and hit 6 figures, ask the question that they're not asking. What happens to the 100 clients? If that answer is not front and center, it probably isn't front and center in their program design advice either. And that gap between what gets sold and what gets delivered is the most important problem in the whole of the coaching space right now. It's entirely solvable, and I'm going to show you exactly how in this channel.